Stakeholders in the education sector at the federal and state levels are here in the conference room of the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education to discuss the implementation of the National Education Quality Assurance Policy in Lagos State.
I want us to look at the focus of this engagement meeting to center on what are expected of the various stakeholders that are seated here to achieve the full implementation of this policy. What are we expecting from the principals? They may not be aware. They need to be sensitized. What actions are they supposed to, what roles are they supposed to play? For example, carrying out school self-evaluation. How do they carry out school self-evaluation by themselves? Coming up with school development plan. What are those things that they need to put into consideration when they are preparing a school development plan? For example, the parents that are here, the parents are represented here by their chairman. What are we expecting from the parents to do? When we are carrying out a school evaluation, what are we expecting the parents to do during that exercise? Let them know so that they can go back and educate their other members, so that whenever schools call upon them that visitors have come to their schools, they should know how to cooperate and what they are expected to do so that this policy will be successfully implemented.
Commissioner for Basic and Secondary Education, Mr. Jamiu Ali Balogun, while addressing the stakeholders, called for a strong synergy that will ultimately enhance the quality of education across all schools in the state.
What is crucial is for us to monitor and supervise our schools to enhance the teaching learning outcome. So, and also to monitor the availability of teachers, furnitures, and the necessary enable environment, the whole school plant evaluations that will really give true picture of the kind of education we are giving to our children. These are new guidelines, and I want to believe it will further strengthen our capability to monitor and supervise the whole school evaluation programs in Lagos State.
On her part, the Director of the Federal Education Quality Assurance Service, Lagos, Mrs. Yakubu Oyinloye, said the National Education Quality Assurance Policy has been revised in 2023, but the implementation has not been widespread. She therefore emphasized that quality assurance services must be coordinated at all levels.
What we are looking at is that the learning outcomes for our learners will be improved. We want them to make good results. They want them to their achievement standard, we want them to be increased. So we want all our children, when they go to school, to get quality education. We want them to have conducive teaching and learning environment, and we want what they are being taught to conform to the standards that have been set, both in Nigeria and internationally. We want them to get quality education. So we want quality assurance to be enshrined in Lagos State the more. They have been doing a good job. They have been collaborating with us, both the state and the federal. We have been collaborating in Lagos State. But of course, there's always room for improvement. We want to ensure that all the schools in Lagos State, that they adhere to the standards that have been set, and that quality education is given to the students.
These stakeholders discussed the effective implementation of the policy aimed at maintaining high educational standards across all schools in Lagos.
When we have a school with this fair and poor, that means that school needs special intervention. So that's another thing that we quality assurance we have to look into. What are the time? You don't have to be shouting on them, or we have to encourage them. We have to see what we can do to make them leave that place they are.
Procedure for writing the report. The lead evaluator chairs the work, discuss with members. Then each evaluator will write, like I said earlier, we write on the assigned aspect. Then we normally use speech judgment. In the instrument, there are judgments listed. So we all depend on that judgment and we arrive at that particular judgment.
This forum is put together to ensure that private schools and public schools alike, all stakeholders work together to get maximum results. And this forum has really taught us and also opened our eyes to so many things that we do not know. And first of all, we need to see that quality assurance and Ministry of Education are not our enemies. They are there to ensure that standard of education is improved and both private schools and public schools work together so that they can achieve these goals.
From this meeting, I find out that the federal government is ready to continue synergizing with the Lagos State quality control, quality assurance in building capacity development in our school so as to enhance both teaching, learning, and improvement of our students. And on the part of the parents, we are being inundated that we should see our role of telling our children on the importance of education in Lagos State and to give them unnecessary support as demanded.
The need to ensure joint monitoring and evaluation by federal and state officials was also discussed for improved education standards, teachers' discipline, and overall learning outcomes in all Lagos State schools.